Good morning, class. The topic for us this morning is nervous control of the gastrointestinal tract. The nervous control of the gastrointestinal tract is via the extrinsic innervations and the intrinsic innervations. The extrinsic innervations of the gastrointestinal tract is via the autonomic nervous system, while the intrinsic innervation is via the enteric nervous system. The extrinsic innervation, just like I earlier said, the extrinsic innervation is via the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system has two divisions. They are the sympathetic and the parasympathetic divisions. The gastrointestinal tract receives both the sympathetic and the parasympathetic division of the ANS. Through this connection, the higher centers and the limbic systems are able to influence the activity of the gastrointestinal tract. For example, the sights, the thoughts, and the odor of food can enhance or inhibit the activity of the autonomic gastrointestinal tract. Let's take a look at this diagram A. As you can see, the parasympathetic neurons of the autonomic nervous system are distributed to the guts via the vagus and the pelvic nerves. The vagus supplying the area of the gut from the mouth down to the transverse colon, while the pelvic is supplying area from the descending colon down to the rectum. In terms of concentration, the parasympathetic innervation is concentrated in particular at both ends of the gastrointestinal tract, and that is why activities of the gastrointestinal tract such as deglutition, secretion of digestive juices, defecation are under strong extrinsic nervous control. Action and effect of stimulation of the parasympathetic neurons of the autonomic nervous system. The stimulation of the parasympathetic on the gastrointestinal tract will do the following. Number one, increase glandular secretion. 2, increase motility of the gut. 3, it will relax the sphincters. Okay? Also looking at this diagram here, you will also see that the preganglionic fibers of the sympathetic neuron emanate from the spinal cord, from the region of the thorax down to the lumbar. That's T1 to L3. Now, on leaving the spinal cord, they pass through the paravertebral ganglia, or also known as prevertebral ganglia, and synapse on celiac, superior mesenteric, and inferior mesenteric ganglia. From this ganglia, the postganglionic fiber of the sympathetic neuron travel to reach the wall of the gastrointestinal tracts. All right. Sympathetic stimulation on the gastrointestinal tract will do the following. Number one, it will inhibit glandular secretion. 2, inhibit the motility of the gut. 3, constrict the sphincters. Number 4, will cause vasoconstriction. All right. Intrinsic innervations. Just like I said, the intrinsic innervation is via the enteric nervous system. The enteric nervous system is an independent system confined to the gut, often referred to as brain gut. The myenteric plexus and the submucous plexus constitute what is referred to as enteric nervous system. The myenteric plexus is located between the longitudinal muscle and the circular muscle. It is a thin array of ganglia, ganglionic cells, and interganglionic nerve tracts that connect what? The plexus. The mesenteric plexus is largely distributed to the longitudinal muscle and to an extent on some parts of the circular muscle. There are three categories of neurons found within the mesenteric plexus. They are inhibitory neurons, excitatory neurons, and interneurons. The inhibitory neurons releases inhibitory neurotransmitters, while the excitatory neurons releases excitatory neurotransmitters. A good number of neurotransmitters have been found within the mesenteric plexus. The inhibitory ones are vasoactive intestinal polypeptide, neurotensin, and enkephalin, while the excitatory neurotransmitters are acetylcholine, serotonin, substance P, just to mention a few. Now, the submucous plexus found within the submucous layer innervates secretory glands, endocrine cells, and adjacent smooth muscles. Next class, we will proceed to mastication and swallowing. Thank you.